Hi and welcome. I'm Anna Hellman, and today I want to share with you a retiring product bundle that I bet a lot of you have not paid much attention to in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. We have so many products retiring here shortly. I'm trying to highlight some of them before they are gone. So the one I want to look at today is the Boho Indigo product medley. And I'm going to be honest, I have had this sitting in my collection, and for whatever reason, it's one of the products I hadn't gotten my hands on yet. I knew it was absolutely beautiful, but I hadn't opened all of it up and actually seen it for myself. And now I'm kind of kicking myself because I should have been highlighting this for all of you a lot sooner than I am. But better late than never, we still have this available, and I wanted to get it out there to show you before it is gone. So what we're looking at, it's a product medley. It is basically a kit that does not come with pre-designed ideas. So what you get in this kit, in this product medley, you get a lot of designer papers. Look at these beautiful designer papers. I don't know if you are a blue person. I absolutely love blue, and this tone of blue is just amazing. So the blues and the creams, you get 48 sheets of designer papers. You get, let's see, 8 each of 6 designs, I believe, and they're all double-sided, so really you end up with 12 designs, like you can see here. You get these really pretty embossed cream pieces. So there's 3 designs here. You get 2 pieces of each of them. You get die cuts. I love die cuts with the foil embossing. These 2 on the left are amazing for tags. We have some pretty flowers, and then we have these beautiful leaves and ferns. So you get 2 of each of those for 6 die cut sheets. 2 rolls of ribbon that come with 10 yards each that coordinate really nicely with the gold and the blue. And then you get these sweet little flowers. You get 20 of each size. So there's 20 large and 20 big, but these are almost like felt with a little bead stuck in the center of them, and they really add a lot to the projects. So that's what comes in this kit. Now, the original kit is $70 that comes with all of that, including the stamps and the dies. So it comes with 11 stamps with these really neat vases with some flowers or foliage, ferns, or foliage, some flowers, little decorative piece, and some nice greetings. You'll see how I've used all of these on my card samples in a minute. And then you also get this 12-piece die set that coordinates with the vases, the flowers, and then you get some extra pieces added in with these leaves, which are really nice to use all together. I'll mention this now in case I forget. We do have a refill kit available. So let's say you're interested in the kit, but you want more paper supplies. You could get the kit and a refill. Or let's say you're interested in the paper supplies, but not the dies and the stamps. You can order that as well. And I believe the refill is on clearance right now during our last chance sale. It was originally $23, but I think it's on sale right now. So let's look through my card samples, and then we're going to create a really simple one using these products. So lay these out, and then we'll look at them one by one. Look at this one first. So all I did was use one of those prints on the back with a navy card base. I stamped the birthday greeting onto this nice tag, put a little swoosh of ribbon in the background, and I love this little cluster of flowers. Aren't those fantastic? I think those add a lot to the project. Here's another really simple one. I used a piece of that designer paper in the background, another swoosh of ribbon, stamped my greeting on the tag that was already die cut for me, one little flower, okay? You can make so many cards with this set really quickly and easily if you want to stick to some simple designs like this. Here's a really nice one that is also very simple. I took 3 strips that are 1 1/4 inches wide each, attach those, stamp the greeting, and put one of the big flower die cuts behind it. This one, I wanted to use those fern die cuts, of course, and give you an idea of how to use those. So I used that embossed cream cardstock in the background and the fern die cuts on top with a tag. So that came together seriously in no time because all I had to do was trim the cardstock piece and stamp that tag right there and then assemble it. This one, I love how this turned out. I used these embossed pieces again, and this reminds me a little bit of a quilt because of that embossing design, but I trimmed my piece in half. I started with a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece, I believe. Trimmed it in half this way, trimmed it in half this way, got those 4 pieces, and then just stamped a little tag and added a few flowers. I wanted to give you an idea of what to do. Let's say you're not a blue person, or you just want some ideas for how to branch out and use the stamps and dies without the blues. So here's one I created with Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, and Blushing Bride inks. And again, just stamped my flowers and my vase. So I die cut those out and stamped my tag here, added that on top, and I stamped the leaves in the background, of course, before I assembled it. Here's another one where I used the die cuts, and I really liked how this one came together. I used one of the embossed pieces of cardstock for the background, and I used a die from a different set to cut that out. But then on top of it, I built the little vase scene. So I die cut out the vase. If you can see, I die cut the leaves out of some pearlescent paper, which is some of my favorite right now, and added the flowers on top with the little tag. And I think that's just beautiful. So I tried to use some different cardstock colors in the background to give you some ideas of how to change up the colors a little bit, but still stick with those blues. Now let's put together one very quick and easy card using these products. So I have a very vanilla card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5, folded in half. I have a rectangle and a square of the designer papers here, and I did not measure these, and I am going to encourage you, if you always have to measure, I'm going to really encourage you to try to step outside of that, and sometimes just do some cutting. That is what I did with this. I like to create cards where I have some sort of rectangle shape and some sort of shape that is a little bit closer to a square, and to layer them, you can arrange them lots of different ways, but try not to focus so much on the measurements sometime and just start cutting and piecing together. Some of my favorite cards ever have been ones that I just trimmed different shapes and started layering them. So let's use this tag. I am going to use the greeting that says, "A bunch of birthday love to you." I want to stamp this in some navy ink, I believe. Here we go. Right in the center of this tag. And I decided I wanted to add a little bit of texture or a little bit of detail to the edge of that tag. So I am going to use a little bit lighter shade, my Misty Moonlight. You could do this with your navy if you want to. I'm going to bring in the Misty Moonlight just since I have it. It's a little bit lighter. I am going to stamp off on some scrap paper 2 times. And then I want to stamp in here on the edge of my tag, so we get those really faded leaves right there. Okay, we'll do that again. I'll stamp off twice here, rotate this around to the opposite side, and do the same thing again. So that brings in just that really nice little fern pattern to the tag so that it's not bare on all the edges. Now I want to do something similar to the card itself. And I'm going to use the floral stamp, the 3 little flowers, and do something very similar. So I'll ink it up, stamp twice, and then I'm going to stamp on here once, twice. We'll stamp down here, and I'm not exactly sure where I want all of these, so I'm going to lay this back on and just see how that looks. And I think that looks nice. I think I may add another really light one right up here. So we'll stamp, I'm going to stamp 3 times, stamp once more right there. And now I'm ready to assemble this. We'll get this put together and then we'll look at it and see if we think we need any embellishments. So I'll put some adhesive on the back of these 2 pieces. And here you can see that every side of this designer paper is just beautiful. You may have a challenge deciding which side to use with these pieces because they are all so pretty. So again, I showed you could arrange this all sorts of different ways with these, the rectangle and the square piece. I am not going to worry too much about it because no matter where I put it, it is going to look nice. I do think I want a little bit of ribbon, and I love this blue. Can you see the frayed edges on this blue? I just think that's a lot of fun. And a lot of times I will wrap my ribbon back and forth. That's what I did on my other ones, and attach it back here in the back with some adhesive. This time, let's try something a little bit different. Let's step outside of my box. And I think I will trim 2 pieces, maybe about this long. I always like to trim the edges so that they're going the same direction. So I'll trim one that way and one here. And what I'm thinking is, I think I need a little bit more adhesive on there. The Seal Plus is fantastic because it's so strong. It really holds ribbons and other things well. So let's see what that looks like with the tag over top. And I like that. So we'll press those ribbons down really well. Let's bring in some dimensionals for the back of our tag. So May 3rd, in case you're wondering, is the last day to order retiring products before they will be gone forever. Between now and then, we may sell out of a lot of these products, so keep that in mind. If there are things on our retiring list that you are interested in, really encourage you to get those as soon as possible because they could sell out at any minute, and whenever that happens, then they are gone for good and we are not able to get them anymore. But for the products that are still available, they will be available through May 3rd. And on May 4th, we will have all of our new products available. And I'm sure you cannot wait to see all of those. So I just added a few little dots of glue. We'll add a few of those flowers to this card. So show that to you up a little bit closer, and you saw how easy that was with all of these products that coordinate, the pre-cut tags, the stamps, the embellishments. It's really quick and easy to make some absolutely gorgeous cards. So thanks so much for joining in to see all these card samples made with the Boho Indigo product medley. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I hope it gives you some great ideas, and if you want this, order it as soon as you can. I'll have a link in the video description for ordering these products. If you're interested, you can also go to my website and find more information. While you're there, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the little bell to get notifications whenever I share new content. Please like, comment on, and share this video. Hope you have a wonderful crafty day, and I will see you again next time.